sprinkle on a cup of chopped walnuts, put them in a hot oven, and just sit back and wait.
Evaluation negative. Discard.
What was that?
Well, that was my intercerebral information evaluator.
Huh?
The human brain is capable of retaining approximately 300 million individual images. We Martians, of course, have a much greater capacity. But even so, it is not limitless. Periodically, therefore, we use our intercerebral information evaluator to discard useless knowledge. Laura Lee's fudge brownies recipe, for example.
Hey, how about that? Holy smoke. If I ever get to work on time again, my editor is going to remember to fire me. Would you care to join me for breakfast?
Oh, you go ahead, Tim. I can't clear my head on a full stomach.
Martin, Detective Brennan was asking me the other day where you were born and where you went to school.
Evaluation indeterminate. Retain for corollary information.
Martin, I think Detective Brennan is beginning to like you. He spent the whole evening just talking about you and asking questions.
Evaluation indeterminate. Retain for corollary information.
Detective Brennan? Oh, he's out of town, Martin. He said he had to check up on a very suspicious character.
Evaluation. You're in big trouble.
Oh, Uncle Martin, don't forget to pick me up tonight. Imogene Carson can take me to work, but I told her you'd pick me up. Uncle Martin? What's so interesting about Mrs. Brown's house?
Detective Brennan. He's closing in.
Closing in?
He has documentary proof that one Martin O'Hara does not now, or ever did, in fact, exist.
Do you mean that he is investigating you?
Mr. Brennan is one of those unfortunate individuals who cannot believe his own eyes. He must have it in writing. Fortunately, I had the foresight to bring a benevolence bulb with me from Mars.
What kind of bulb?
Benevolence. It permeates us Martians with a like-me glow.
Now, wait a minute. Do you mean that little gadget is going to make Brennan like you?
Mm-hmm. It made George Washington like Benedict Arnold. Temporarily. All right, Tim. Turn it on. Okay, turn it off. Brennan. Yes, Mr. Brennan? Did you wish to see me?
O'Hara, for some time now, I've been collecting documentary evidence that you are indubitably one of the noblest gentlemen that ever walked the earth. O'Hara, I like you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brennan.
Bill. All my friends call me Bill.
Well, I shall deem it a privilege. Bill? Tim, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Look, old friend, Laurel has just put on a fresh pot of coffee. I insist that we go downstairs and drink to our everlasting friendship.
Just a minute. Hi, Mrs. Brown.
Oh, Tim, why didn't you come down with...
All I said was good morning, and she slapped me.
I told you not to fool around with the benevolence bulb.
Well, it didn't make Mrs. Brown very benevolent.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Because of systemic differences, the bulb has a completely opposite effect on Earthlings. Instead of a like-me glow, it permeates you with a hate-me glow.
A hate-me glow?
Exactly. Until and unless I can find the fluorencium and restore you to normal, everyone is going to loathe you on sight.
Oh, now, come on, Uncle Martin. With my personality, even automation couldn't do that.
Mrs. Brown seems to have resisted that vaunted personality of yours.
Imogene's here. I am off to the office. See you later.
Tim, wait a minute.
Imogene, as always, you look lovely this morning. Imogene? Boy, you weren't kidding about that hate-me glow. I just went down to meet Imogene. I was down at the car. Well, as soon as I walked up... You wouldn't dare.
Don't be alarmed, Tim. This isn't for you. I'll need it to dig out the fluorencium.
Oh. Well, I just don't understand it. I mean, I don't look any different. I'm still handsome, lovable.
Any question?
You don't hate me, do you? You still like me, don't you?
I'm forcing myself.
Uncle Martin, how long is it going to take for this thing to wear off, this hate-me glow?
Well, I don't know. Fluorencium hasn't been discovered on Earth yet. But when I was landing on your planet, my mineral detector indicated a deposit not too far from here in the desert. If I'm lucky, I can find it in a few hours. If not, it may take several days.
But isn't there something you can give me temporarily, like an aspirin?
No. The only similarity between a headache and the hate-me glow is that they both wear off eventually.
How eventually?
Well, at a rough estimate, I would say 100 to 110 years.
I can hardly wait.
Precisely. On a Martian, the effects of the benevolence bulb dissipate within a few hours. But of course, you Earthlings lack our great stamina, supreme intellect, and strength of character.
Not to mention your extreme modesty.
I might warn you that even I am not completely unaffected by your hate-me glow. I could learn to dislike you with only a minimum effort.
Uncle Martin! Today is the interview.
What interview?
I told you, the Young Executive Training Program. Look, the Sun is diversifying. They are taking young men out of the organization and training them as executives. Mr. Phelps is going to interview me himself.
Tim, if that publisher sees you in this condition, you'll be fortunate if he only demotes you to junior assistant pencil sharpener.
Oh, Martin, this interview means my whole career.
Tim, if I don't get that fluorencium, your whole career will consist of standing in bread lines. Now stay away from Mr. Phelps, or I assure you, you will be unemployed.
Yeah, but Uncle Martin, you... Why did I ever have to get involved with a Martian? I'll say one thing. If I ever run across a Martian again, I'm going to keep right on running. I'm not going to get involved.
Phelps' office.
Ah, hello, Debbie. This is Tim.
Well, Tim, it's good to hear your voice. So you're sick, huh? Nothing trivial, I hope.
Oh, no. Not on the phone, too. Now, Debbie, don't believe what you're thinking.
Good morning, Mr. Phelps.
Good morning, Miss Thomas.
That Goldbrick O'Hara from the newsroom's trying to weasel out of his appointment.
Debbie, what are you saying? Listen, don't listen to her, Mr. Phelps. Debbie, will you put Mr. Phelps on the phone? No, don't put him on the phone.
Mr. Phelps wishes me to inform you he'll call at your home this evening for the interview. He's as much interested in the private lives of his applicants in sickness as he is in health.
What? Now, listen, Debbie, you don't know what you're saying. I'm telling you one thing right now. Don't let Mr. Phelps come over here. And, Debbie, don't hang up. Debbie, don't. Debbie. Oh. Information. Do you have a listing for the Foreign Legion? Well, that's not very nice. Nice doggy. Nice doggy. Oh, now, come on. Let me go by, will you? Look, my boss is coming over here, and if he sees me, I'm gonna get fired. Well, you don't want me to get fired, do you? Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you let me go by, I'll get you a bone or something really nice to chew on. I mean me.
Well, hello, you sweet thing. Oh, my, aren't you the friendly one? What is the meaning of this?
Well, Mrs. Brown, it was just an idea to keep my boss from coming inside. I'm afraid if he sees me, he'll fire me.
Well, I should certainly think he would. I'm going to put this down on the lawn where more people can see it.
But I don't mean it.
Well, I do. That's the first decent idea you've had since you've moved in here. I shall expect you to vacate the premises within 24 hours.
Uncle Martin, wherever you are, will you please come home before you haven't got a home to come home to? Hello, City Pound? I'd like to report a vicious dog downstairs. He won't let me out of my house. I did not kick him. Well, I don't care what I sound like. I've never kicked a dog in my life. Investigate me for what? Cruelty to animals? But I didn't. Well, I know their laws. Now listen to me. Hello.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm trying to get that little dog from the front to the back so that I can go out the Uncle Martin! Uncle Martin, you're home!
No, I'm not. I'm out in the desert about 5 miles east of Palmdale.
Oh, now look what you've done.
It wouldn't have worked anyway.
What do you mean it wouldn't have worked? It was working fine until you... Palmdale?
I am coming to you through the forces of mental telepathy audio. On Mars, we abbreviate it to MTA. It's merely another manifestation of our superior Martian intellect.
Really? Well, it was that same superior Martian intellect that got me into this in the first place. Would you mind reversing it and getting me out of it?
I'm doing the best I can. But it isn't easy trying to locate this fluorencium for you with Brennan breathing down my neck.
Brennan?
When he saw me leaving, he couldn't bear for us to part. He insisted on tagging along.
Martin, old friend, where are you?
He's looking for me. I'll have to hang up.
Oh, really? What do you suggest I do about Mr. Phelps?
Mr. Phelps?
Yeah. He happens to be coming over here to interview me.
Saturn's sainted rings, Tim. How did you manage that? Tim, are you there? Did we lose the connection?
No. We lost a $50 fishing rod.
That isn't important now. The important thing is to make you over into someone other than Tim O'Hara.
Oh, it may not be important to you, but $50 is important to me. After all, I work for a living. And we have to do what?
For the time being, no one can stand the sight of you, including Mr. Phelps. Ergo, in order to protect our livelihood, you'll have to disguise yourself as someone else.
Really? Any suggestions? I keep forgetting. That's the third mirror today. Coming, Mr. Phelps. Yeah. I mean, yes.
Oh, are you Tim's Uncle Martin?
Uncle Martin? Oh, no, I'm not my uncle. I mean, Tim's uncle. No. I'm in no way related to that handsome, young, charming, sophisticated, I'm taking that back. I'm supposed to be somebody else.
All right, handsome, young, despicable Tim O'Hara. Who are you hiding from? What detestable thing have you done?
I haven't done anything. I'm trying to keep from getting fired.
I just simply don't understand. All day long, I couldn't wait to see you, to apologize. And now that I see you, yuck.
All right, I forgive you, Imogene. Now give back my mustache and get out of here before Phelps gets here.
You let go of me, you beast.
You are looking at a desperate man. Oh, Mrs. Brown, will you please get that dog out of here? No, nice dog. Nice doggy. Will you, Mrs. Brown, will you please let go of Mrs. Brown, will you please call off this hound?
Stop that, Tim. You're liable to hurt him. Oh, that's a good idea.
Good day, sir. If you're looking for Mr. Tim O'Hara, why don't you come back again another day, sir? Believe me, he's not feeling well.
Your mustache, O'Hara, is indicative of the diligence with which you applied yourself to your former employment.
Now, Mr. Phelps, I'd like to explain about this. Former employment?
Yes, you called in to cancel an extremely important interview with me, and now I see you're preparing to go out to a masquerade. Will you stand still when I'm talking to you?
Yes, sir.
O'Hara, if I didn't dislike you so intensely, I'd try to be fair with you, but What is this?
It's a dog.
What?
Well, you see, he's terribly fond of me. He follows me everywhere I go.
You know, I'm strongly tempted to hire you back again.
Oh?
Just so I can have the pleasure of refiring you.
Sir, would you mind opening that door? I don't want to get near that.
Careful.
In fact, I don't want to stay in the same room with him any longer than is absolutely necessary.
Neither do I. Oh, you better let go of him, doggy. He may not have had his distemper shot.
Oh, Miss...
O'Hara, you really are a cur, sir. And no offense. Will you kindly unlock that door?
Mr. Phelps, I wish you'd reconsider.
Open that door!
Uncle Martin?
Shame on you, Tim. Trying to blame your Uncle Martin for breaking the door when he isn't even here.
Oh, he isn't, huh?
Oh, you're absolutely obnoxious.
I'll open the door.
It's my door, Mr. Phelps. I am perfectly capable of opening it.
If I'm not out of here in 5 minutes, I'm going to call the police.
Psst. Uncle Martin. Oh, come on. I know you're around somewhere. Uncle Martin. Hey. Ow. Oh, Uncle Martin. Welcome home. Hold it. What's that? What is it?
Fluorencium.
Oh. Huh? Uncle Martin! It worked! I'm lovable again!
Well, Tim, I hope you've learned a lesson, not to touch things that don't belong to you.
Oh, believe me, listen, I've learned more than that. From now on, no more artificial aids. No, from here on in, people are just gonna have to like me for myself.
Well, there's only one thing to do. Break the door down. Stand back.
You do, and you'll pay for it.
Madam, may I remind you, time is money.
Oh, well, I'm going to call the police.
Well, I wish you would.
Oh, that's all right. I won't bite.
Oh, let me get that for you.
Oh, Tim. Oh, you're such a dear, sweet boy. I'm going downstairs and bake a batch of fudge brownies just for you.
Thanks, Miss Brown.
I don't understand this at all, O'Hara. Somehow you just don't strike me as being executive material. But then again, neither are you as contemptuous or despicable as I was thinking. You'd better stay in your present position as a reporter, for the time being at least. O'Hara!
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Well, good day.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, excuse me. Hello, Tim. Hello.
Is my old friend Martin here?
Hello, Bill.
Bill? Bill? I think I resent your familiarity, O'Hara. Hereafter, I should appreciate your addressing me by my last name. Mr. Brennan, sir.
I say, what did you say to the dog?
Nothing. I merely implied that Mr. Brennan, sir, was a sausage.
Well, don't wait up for me tonight, Uncle Martin. I may not decide to forgive Imogene until about 2 or 3 o'clock. You're not going to use that benevolence bulb again.
Mm-hmm. But not on myself, Tim. I contemplate forestalling Mr. Brennan's further attempts to prove that I do not exist.
You're going to use that on him?
Uh-huh.
But that'll give him a hate-me glow like it did to me.
Do tell.